go, and go, and go crazy. And go crazy. And go crazy. And go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, go, go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go crazy like a dum-dum. Eastside homeboy, where I come from. Dance on the floor till you go numb. No fighting, no hating, no red rum. This is O City. All the way to the bay, hit the base, feel me. Catch a case, cause it's beating up your Chevy. Get you moving side to side, getting all sweaty. Make it work it, work it, work it out. Turn the volume up loud. This a draw crowd, make it all shout. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Hit play on the track and I'm ready. Like a quarterback, Tom Brady. Get you all in the frenzy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go, go, go crazy. Go, go, go crazy. Go, go, go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go, go, go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, go, go crazy. All the way from the O to LA.
What's up? What's up? What is going on? Scoop people, Scoop Nation, Scoop family. How are you? How are you on this wonderful Tuesday, this fall Tuesday? I don't know where you are, but if you are here in Oklahoma City, burr, it done got cold round these parts, okay? That wind came sweeping down them plains last week and chilled us all the way off, okay? So hope you are somewhere cozy on this Tuesday evening and you are ready for an amazing conversation because we have got an amazing agenda for you. Okay, what's up, sis? Good to see you back. They let sis out over these last couple days, so she is free and ready to mix and mingle with her people on this Tuesday. So we are glad that you are back. If you are new here to the Scoop, welcome. Hey, sugars. We are so glad that you have decided to slide on in and join this group of amazing folks who like to chop it up about all things. I mean, all of the things. If it's on the internets, if it's in our inboxes and it is hot on the tips of your fingers, it it is something that we want to share on Scoop Nation. Okay, so we are glad that you have decided to slide on in. One way that you can break the ice and walk around and say, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you." Is hit that comment section, okay, and tell us where you are repping from. Drop your city and state so the family knows where you repping from, so we can say, "Hey, how you doing? How your mama and them? Y'all good? Okay." We want to get to know you, all right, because you good as family on this evening. And if you family, we want a cousin. Hey, cousin, yo people. Okay, so go ahead and hit that share button so that your timeline can know where you will be hanging out for the next few minutes and chopping it up with your new few, your new fam. Okay, your new fam. We cousins around here. You know how we do. You know how we do it for the culture. Okay, so each one teach one. Drop your comments. Tell us your city and your state in the comment section. Hit that share button. And the last thing that we would like for you to do is show some love to our other social media pages. Are you ready, bro? Before there we go. Yeah. Show some love to our other social media pages. You can follow us on YouTube at The Scoop Show, on Facebook at Real Scoop Show, and on Instagram at The Scoop Radio Show. That way you never miss a show. I know Shanae, I think she tuned in on YouTube last week because she said, I ain't missing my show. Okay. No matter where you are and what outlet you have access to, we are there for you on Tuesday nights. Okay. So I think that is it, bro. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Been yeah, I'm good. I'm good. It's been good. I'm sitting
Mm.
trying to put this popcorn away.
Y'all, I feel like I had some of this popcorn during the
I was
pre-show.
killing
Okay.
it.
I put in an order for some of this popcorn, caramel, but I think you know what, bro? I need some of that too. I could take some of that too because the way he told that up in the pre-show, I need some of that in my life.
It's good.
Yeah.
So it's a local black owned shop here in Grand Rapids called Robinson's Popcorn. It's a father and his two daughters, and man, they like went in there this. We went in there this weekend, and they like it wasn't my first time going in there, but
Mm-hmm.
like this weekend was the first time hearing about the story from them. They got like this little jingle that they do. It's pretty
Uh,
good. Like to
okay.
see this father teaching his two daughters. One of them is like in eighth grade, and the other one is like maybe fifth, sixth grade. Like they doing the
Okay.
business. They doing
They
business.
little girls. Okay.
Yeah, they coming up with pricing. They running the cash register. They doing like from the whole thing. Like these two young ladies are on it, and it was real dope to see. So
That's cool.
yeah,
That's really cool. Well, yeah, double what I told you. I'll send you the cash app.
I got you.
I'm all for that. I am all for that. That's cool.
Now I just got to get the kernels out of my teeth. All right, yeah, all right. How are you
You
doing?
good from what I can see. Your beard is good. I ain't see no crown. I think you good. I
Uh,
think you good.
all right, how you
You
doing?
Gucci as the baby say.
You doing well?
I am. Today was crazy as hell. This whole ID situation, like the entire process, no matter what part of the process.
The real ID stuff you talking about?
Yes. The real ID stuff. Like none of our normal things that have been in the same places they've been for eons, the processes that have been in place for eons are in place. And then the people, when you get there to do the thing that you only have to do like once every 10 years or so, they act like you should know all of the policies and procedures. Like you're like the level of inconvenience that I went the level of inconvenience that I was as a customer, and then the shame that they tried to make me feel
Right,
for inconveniencing them by doing their job, damn
right.
near sent me over the edge. Like Adrian had to get in the car, and I stood outside the car, and I just said, "I will not let this take my day over." I know better than what just happened. Like I had to do the affirmations and ground my feet in the parking lot after we had done the wrap around the thing. I said, nope, not today, not today, not today. Yeah. So yeah, real ID, 1 out of 10, 0 out of 10 for the process. And still no real IDs were taken today. Still didn't get to them. Yeah.
Really?
Really, 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 really.
Yeah.
really.
Well, I bet you know the process now, though.
Kinda, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
When I go back to do it again, we'll see. It'll be changed again by then. We'll see.
Oh no. Yeah.
Call, sis. Call. Call and confirm everything.
Yeah, I
before you
need
go.
my social security to get mine. They wanted me to mail in my actual driver's license and said it would be sent back in government. Yeah.
Yeah, they on some other.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it
But
out.
other than that, I'm great. Peachy. It's been a great day.
Good. All right, well, we're gonna get into these topics. Maybe this will help.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. As you all know, of course, Hot Topics are brought to you by Bob Shamrock. Bob Shamrock is the black-owned gas station in Oklahoma City. So let's holler at them real quick, and then we're going to jump straight into these topics. If you have not hit that share button, hit the share button right now while we're doing this.
Hey, what's up, friends? Let us introduce you to one of the fastest growing takeovers here in OKC. Bob's, better known as Black Owned Business Group, is bringing us a 1-2 punch of excellence and culture by serving us up options, sugars. You know we love options. Check this out. Have you ever been outside living your best life out and about on these newly remodeled streets and found yourself way too close to eat? Then Bob's Shamrock Gas Station is where you need to be. It doesn't matter if it's your tummy or your tank. They have what you need. Pull up and fill up on delicious barbecue, premium gas, and locally sourced goodies from Black-owned businesses right here in Oklahoma City. Stop by and say hi at 2901 Northwest 10th Street, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73107, right across the street from the fairgrounds. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And for our licensed friends, after you get your tank right, head on down south to Bob's Dispensary, Oklahoma's newest solution for your medicinal marijuana needs. Bob's Dispensary is open and ready to provide you with the highest quality medical marijuana available. Top shelf and premium eighth specials all day long. And we have Oklahoma City's own award-winning Banji topicals on deck and ready to cover your body's needs. Come get to know us at Bob's Dispensary, 2701 South Central Avenue, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73129. Open Monday through Saturday from 12 to 8 p.m. Closed on Sundays. Show your support and save whenever you pull up and fill up at either Bob's locations by bringing your receipt from either business in and save 20% off your next purchase. See you soon, sugars. See you soon, sugars.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into these hot topics. Here we go. So the first one is my boyfriend says I'm being judgmental. So here is what it says. Where is it? Hold on.
This the right one?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I got it the wrong order. Yeah, so my boyfriend says I'm being judgmental, sexist because I host retreats only for women. Here, there we go. Let's try this. There we go. So my boyfriend says I'm being judgmental, sexist because I host retreats only for women. Tell me your thoughts. Natalie in the comments says you can't be sexist to the oppressor. Also, I don't need a man to mansplain to me anything. We need female-only retreats for this reason. If we didn't feel held back, we wouldn't need female-only anything. Second half of that is... Oh, same thing. Sounds like a lot. Never mind. Okay. What are your thoughts?
So, a little more backstory to this. Scotty was wondering. Scotty is who posted this in the group, and she says, like, should I tell her? Like, that was the comment, like the caption, like, who's gonna tell her? You know, like, this is what we have been saying as Black people about us needing our own spaces and the reason why we need our own spaces and why others can't tell us why we can't have our own spaces. And so the she later in the thread comes back because this woman replies to her and says, yeah, I know it sounds a lot like, you know, what Black people say to white people. And you're right. You know what I mean? She's like, she ended up agreeing with, she owned it and agreed with her. That yes, it's applicable, you know what I mean? Or it is the same thing. And I to me, it's the same thing. It is the same thing. And there is anytime a minority of any capacity separates themselves from whatever their majority might be, there's always this conversation that happens. So, you know, me being a Black woman, I can see this from, I look at this like the tennis match. You know, it's like, because it fits, you know, but there is a reason why I can have spaces with other women of other cultures and demographics and backgrounds, and we share a minority status and experience that is different than when I enter a space with other Black women and our experiences are more aligned, even though very different. They are more in alignment than this mashup of other women in this space. So, you know, two things can be true at the same time. Yeah, I'm with it. And I'm glad that she was able to identify with it and be accountable for the fact that it can be true and not try and do the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about it?
Yeah, I didn't have. I think it's the same thing. Like I pretty much agree with you said. Like, as a man, we do the same thing. There are certain spaces and times that we need conversation with ourselves about man only things. Same thing with children. Like, I think there's space for that. It seems to me like anytime we have these conversations, it almost is like the person who is being left out feels as though this is an attempt to try to like make ourselves superior to you, and it's not that at all. It's really trying to get understanding of what's happening within that context. So, I mean, if I were to look at it from a sports standpoint, there's totally like camps for quarterbacks.
Right.
It doesn't mean the wide receivers aren't important. It just means that right now you can do quarterback stuff. There's places for offensive linemen. There's camps for coaches. There's like camps. There's things for everything and everybody who does, who does something and experiences something, so we can improve, we can get better, we can learn some new stuff and some new skills. So what's the point? Like, why are we getting upset about this? We're not about to run off and
And some things some things just are not for you. Like, I don't have, and like, just not saying that you were just doing that, but like, there should not have to be an explanation for it. You aren't going, sometimes we know you're not going to be comfortable here. You know what I mean? Like, there's a understanding of the culture that one must have to gain comfortability. In some spaces, I know I'm going to walk into this room and always going to need a translator. You always going to have to break down a joke. You're going to always have to make it plain for me. What was that? Come again? I'm not going to enjoy that. I don't like being, that's not fun. That's not fun for me. So like, I'm in a plant group. I'm in a Black women only plant group. There's questions that you have to answer before you join the group. Some non-Black women go off in these answer sections for why, when not we, because I'm not an admin, but when they ask, like, are you a Black woman? Like, why it's just plants. Why can't we, like, the memes ain't gonna make sense. The gifts ain't gonna make sense. The jokes ain't gonna make sense. Like, and we don't want to have to keep explaining this to you over and over and over again. This ain't a regular plant group. This ain't for you. You know what I mean? But it's hilarious because you are absolutely right. Whoever is on the other side of it feels as though there's some secret meetings or something happening that people are trying to keep you from. No, everyone likes being with people who like doing the same things that they like to do, that like to look like them, that have an understanding. It's not even always the look like us. It's the same point of reference for the content that we're talking about.
Yes, so. Exactly. Again, the only thing I would say is, like, it's not like we ain't coming back.
Right. We ain't going nowhere.
You're not going to another planet and leaving you here. You know what I mean? Like, if that was what you thought was about to happen, okay, I could get that. But like, that's, to me, it always feels like there's some, like, a level of guilt too. Like, what do you, like, you feel guilty because you done did something. So now you don't want us to get away because we're going to find out your secrets. It's just like, y'all, come on. Let's just everybody
chill out. Yeah.
Just relax.
Yeah.
It's all good. We're gonna be serious. I feel like it's gonna be all right, y'all.
As soon as you put the descriptor on it, it's like
relax. It's gonna be. I don't like relax, y'all.
Yeah.
They just going to the mall. Like, what did you do?
It's lunch.
They talking about, do you like plants? No. So why do you care? Yeah. I don't know. All right. Did we do green flags last week? I could not remember. Okay. All right. Because I was like, wait a sec. All right. So we can skip. We could skip that one. Like, I could have sworn we talked about it. That's how you know you're getting old. We
Getting
talked.
busy.
We talked about this independence one too, right? We didn't talk about that. Women
I don't
admitting.
think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. Here we go.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Uh-oh. Where'd it go? All right. So many women won't admit that they are miserable in their independence. I wish we would just be honest and say what it really is. A lot of women are exhausted, but they keep pursuing this lifestyle that society pushes on us, not feeling like they have another choice. But do you?
But you do.
That's what I said. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Good. You good?
Yeah. Thoughts?
I in a huge way agreed with this. Many people got caught up on the word miserable. I don't know why. It's not I don't think miserable, and even in the way that this person was talking about it, means like your existence is miserable. But I think in the context of the conversation and how we as women describe the fact now we do not want to be considered independent. We do not want to be called strong women. We don't want those things to be championed the way that they have in the past, because we do need help. We are tired. It's time for a shift to go back in a more balanced way, or whatever the case may be. Like, the 9 out of 10 women are not happy with all of the independent things that we have been talked about in the past. So I did not understand all of the pushback for what sis basically said we've all been saying for a very long time. Like a very long time. We've been saying, don't call me an independent woman. That's not, I'm this way by necessity. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not by choice. I would love to have someone come help. I would love to be able to share this load, share these bills, share this life, these experiences, these ups. Like, we've said that like a lot. We've said that a lot.
And keep saying it.
I keep saying it. So I don't. Yeah, I agree.
Have whole conferences about it. Like, this what the women conferences be.
Damn, we'll argue you down to the ground when they say you so feeling it. Sis, no. I don't want to be a strong.
I don't want to be the strong. I don't want to be the independent woman. I feel like. I feel like that. No matter what you say, or what is said, that a person, that anything that comes across as potentially not being able to carry the weight of the load of the world all by yourself is going to be, is deemed as weak and something we don't want to admit to. Like, to be in a position that says that I actually am dependent, that there are parts of me that need other that need relationship, that need love outside of the love that I could give to myself, that is weak. Like, we think that that's weak or bad, like, and it's not. Like, it just seems like we're fighting it. Like, to me, this seems like that we're fighting, saying people who were born, who were created for community, are now like, I don't need community. I'm good all by myself. But you're not.
No.
Like, you're good. I mean, not to say that like, and I get we're not, because it's not saying you're deficient. It's not saying that singleness is deficient or interdependence is bad. It's saying, listen, if you don't want the badge of I'm okay doing it by because what happens is, if you're okay doing it by yourself, folks gonna let you do it by yourself, and then you're gonna complain that nobody helps you, and gonna say, well, nobody helped me. But you said you didn't need nobody, you wanted to do it by yourself. But that doesn't mean you can't help me. No, but it means you don't want my help. Like, there's a circle of what you're bringing to yourself if you continue to not just say, listen, yeah, I'm fine. I'm life is good, but I just believe with the right person, it could be better.
It could be a lot better. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying that, with admitting that with admitting that some of the things that we were taught were wrong, or we were taught because of what was happening then, and that in my context they don't work, because a lot of this independent comes because we were taught from a culture. We come from a time period where women were not treated a certain way, and I'm not suggesting women are treated the greatest that they could be
Right.
now. So let me say
Right.
that. However, you're not your great in the same position as your great grandmother, where you can't go to school, where you can't follow where you have to get married. Like, you're not there.
Yeah.
So this over lean to being independent is now keeping us from being interdependent, which is where both of us as men and women learn to want to be together, to improve, to move forward, to grow, to develop together. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say I'm good, but I could be better. Like I said all the time, I'm good, but life is sure a whole lot easier when I got some help.
Yeah.
And that's in any area. Like, I can do this show by myself, but this show was not as good when it was just me by myself. I can
right. Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's different. There's nothing wrong with that. Why is that such a bad thing for us?
Yeah. And we can express having human emotions, even whether they're good or bad, and understand that it's not an absolute for our life. We can have a conversation that is about a specific thing and how that specific thing makes you feel, and it not be a reflection on your full character, how you move throughout your life. I can say I am miserable when I have to go through, like, this part makes me, I hate this thing. Like the fact that we say kill yourself, I hate you. Like, we can't be so lackadaisical. And of course, no one's ever going to say they say this now, but we can't be so free with those things and then won't be able to own the feelings that we do have that keep us in these spaces, that keep us away from those next levels. That is, you might not identify with miserable, but the emotion that was attached to the conversation sis was trying to have, the sentiment that she was making when she made that statement. So even if it's not miserable for you, you understood what was being spoken and know that I don't like that. You know what I mean? So if you two identify with, I don't like that, then like, why we gotta go back and forth about miserable? No, I'm not miserable. Girl, stop it.
You nice. Listen, now you being nice. I'm not gonna be the nice on this. No, it's miserable. Because when you having them moments, and not just every so often, where you sulking about how come nobody wants me, and this is real. Nobody wants to be with me. I'm tired of relationships failing, so forget it. I'm not gonna even try anymore. I'm tired of men like this. I'm sick of these women being like, it's miserable. If it wasn't miserable, guess what you would do? You would be out there shooting basketball by yourself, doing all by yourself, not even worrying about it, not even coming out trying to play. You wouldn't be interested in dating. You wouldn't be out here talking about something. I got to get me something. No, it's you're perfectly fine by yourself. You don't need nobody. Remember, you're good. You're good. No, you're miserable. You got a drawer full of toys. You're miserable. You tired of doing it by yourself. It's miserable. Now, just call it what it is and say it. It sucks.
Okay.
Nah. You was trying to be nice. I'm not gonna do it. I'm the single one around. It's miserable. Go to all them holidays by yourself too many years. You like, you know what? Everybody get on matching outfit.
Yeah.
You come in there by yourself, and they looking at you with that look, and you like, yeah, I'm by myself.
Say something.
Now what? Nobody trying to do all of that. It's not fun. I don't care.
It's not
fun. It's cool and cute for a while, but after a while, you want a soft thigh if you're a man. If that's what you do. A hard leg, whatever you like. You want something.
You want what you want.
You
You
need
want
to
what
touch.
you want.
Listen, you want to touch the hem of something, amen. You, okay, you some look, bring you up. You need something. You know the shoe, something.
Okay. You right.
Coming home to a dry empty house. The devil is a lie. You do not know it. It's the truth. Listen, now all of a sudden everybody want listen. Right? Should they exactly? You talk about it shows up around Christmas. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just be mad at happy. How you so mad at happy?
Ooh.
Just look at her.
Oh.
Look at her. Just simpy.
Ooh.
Just look at her.
Yeah. You go to the holiday party and they like, oh, you by yourself again. You like your mama. You know.
Some told me to sip faster or put it down.
It's old. I don't care what nobody say. Shoot, it's only so much. It's only so much. It's miserable. We just gonna call it what it is. I know we like it. We don't want to call it what, but that it's miserable.
Yeah, we don't want it.
Don't be in my family. They talk about you. I will tell you about the conversation my dad did. I think I told y'all about this. My dad pulled me aside and was like, "Son, I mean, this is probably like 5 years after divorce. So you just ain't gonna date nobody?"
He was ready for you to get back out there. Like, hey.
Are you still hurt? I mean, did she hurt you that bad, son?
What is it? What is
it? He was like, I mean, nobody. Like, I know you can hunt, I know you can still hunt, son. What's going on? I'm like, dang, is it that bad? Yes, it was that bad.
You needed somebody. He needed you to be with somebody.
When Trey started introducing me to people, like Trey was like, Dad. Dad, it's time for you to fall in love. Like, I'm like,
oh,
I'm fine. You introducing me to people, like, come here, Dad. I want you to meet somebody. I can get a girl.
I'm good.
I'm good. What are you talking about?
They were worried, okay? People were concerned for your heart space, baby. They was concerned.
Y'all miserable. So let's just call it what it is.
They saw what you wasn't willing to see yourself.
So we just got to be honest. Let's keep it honest, y'all. Let's not lie to the people. Let's not pretend like,
That's too funny. Not the baby introducing you to people.
He sure did. He pulled me at one of his baseball games. Pulled me over to one of his mama's friends. Dad, I want you to meet. I was like,
not the mama's friends. Ooh, Trey messy a little bit. You have to tell him no.
Nah, let me help you. Let me help you explain. Nah, that's not what we're gonna do.
No. Son, back on this. That's the opposing team. like that's what we doing.
Not what we're doing, sir. But I mean, but I was like, yeah.
No. Next topic. Thank you.
Michael Bays. Michael Bays make this post. He said it's cognitive dissonance when a person is adamant about only having relationships with someone who is monogamous and exclusive, but continually dates and stays with men and women who they know or suspect are cheaters. People are unable to rationally have an open or poly relationship, but are somehow able to justify this or their partner cheating on them. Is this a mind F or what?
Yup. It is. Yeah, it is. The conversations that surround poly relationships crack me up. Just in general, we've had this conversation before on the show even, but yeah, it is. It's funny to me how we will somehow find a way to make or have an understanding for vouching solely for monogamous relationships for whatever reason. It's how you were taught, it's what your religion tells you, it's the way that you think it should be, it's too much, whatever. But then we'll make a mockery of a successful poly relationship or not take it serious. Like, just completely, it is a non-factor because you can't fathom the fact that a group of people could come to an understanding that they are going to experience love this way together with boundaries and actually set them and adhere to them respectfully and still manage to find a love that sustains for an extended period of time. Like, how dare they? Where so it just baffles and astonishes people. Like, all of it, we make up these random stories about poly relationship. Everybody got one big orgy, or everybody, it's just one big, it's the craziness that we create around what we do not understand just has become comical about this specific subject for me.
Yeah, I think if we are, to compare the two are weird to me.
Right.
I mean, if that's what you like, one is a clear violation of the agreement, and one is an agreement that one is in agreement. So if you're cheating, if you're in a monogamous relationship, and the agreement is that you're only going to be together, to cheat is a violation. And so, yeah, if you continually, I guess I don't like that. To me, the comparisons are completely different. So if you choose to be in a polygamous relationship, then you can't compare. You can't compare those in terms of like what's right and what's wrong. Like they totally agree. Now, in terms of somebody who is to his point, which is somebody saying one is okay, or you're continuing to do this instead of looking at this, then I think that to me is weird too. Because again, just say I don't agree with them, or that's not the type of relationship I don't want to be in. Don't try to, like, there's no justification for it, because again, we go back to, in a polygamous relationship, somebody makes the decision to, this is how their relationship is going to be set up.
Yep.
As opposed to the violation of cheating. So,
but there can still be violations within a polyamorous relationship. Like, you can still identify what cheating looks like. And if those people within that relationship cheat, you're a cheater now. Like, you still violate.
Right.
So I think people like, it's funny because like people just assume that there are all the rules. There's no holds barred, no rules in it. No one, we just out here just like
big orgy, like you said.
Yeah,
you know what? I think I'm going to sleep with you tonight. There we go. It's like we agree we gonna be together.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah. There's almost more rules attached to it because there's more. Yeah, it's not what we think, and there's really, in a way, the only comparison is that there are still the same types of boundaries and
there's still a boundary.
Respect, that's in place in those relationships. Yes.
The only difference is one is just between 2 people, and the other is however many people are in this poly relationship. Yeah. And again, you just have to decide if that's
for you. Mm-hmm.
That's for you. If it's not, like, there are some people who can't handle it, and some people who are perfectly okay with it.
Right.
And we have to look at it, we have to look at it also understanding that culturally people look at polyamorous relationships different. In some cultures, this is normal. So therefore, to them, the way looking at it from as a one man and one woman, they'd be like, what's wrong with y'all?
Right. And they look at us like, that's why y'all stuff don't work. Like, that's why y'all struggle the way you do.
Y'all over here struggling, and we good. Like, we get what we need, and our economy is fine. And so but what's wrong with y'all? Y'all should come to the other side. So it just really depends. The problem is when we don't have agreed upon boundaries, and I'm supposed to be in a monogamous relationship, but I'm really out here acting like I'm in a polyamorous relationship, or vice versa. That'd be the problem. That'd be the problem right there. So yeah. But it is funny. I'm like, clearly, brother Bazin is trying to tell us something.
Oh yeah, he definitely rocks with the with that. That's how he posts about this often. And that was one of the things that Chan was saying. She was like, I kind of feel like he's coming at monogamous relationships. And I think she figured it out as throughout the post. I don't know if it ever changed her mind, but we were like, no, that's, and I'm not in a poly relationship, obviously, but I have some understanding of the lifestyle. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's what he's saying at all. I think he's just saying you can't really act as though just because it's monogamous that all these things don't still happen, because it's happening right in front of you in a lot of cases while you're sitting here talking about the polyamorous relationships that are working just fine, minus all of that extra. So I don't think it was an attack. I think it was more of a highlight being made of the hypocrisy.
Yeah. I don't think he was trying to attack at all.
Not this time.
I think if
he
anything,
has his moments.
Listen, I think on this, if anything, he was trying to convince y'all. Come on, come on, give it a try.
I think his idea, his goal one day is to have a big cruise where everyone just comes and picks their partners and
come on,
has a fun time. And I'm like, bro, you do know that's not really helping the ideal of the situation. This recruitment effort that you're after isn't really furthering the perception the way that you think it might
that's
be.
what he's trying to do. He like, listen, if this becomes what he do, if it becomes everybody wants to do it, then all of a sudden
he's gonna get in on that market. Okay, I'm gonna be on the forefront. I'm gonna be
yeah, I'm the one that started this.
Yeah, he is.
Let me see. Okay, all right, here we go. Trying to make sure I had the right one. All right, so the question is, how would you respond to this? Jamaica posted this one. It says, hey, whatever your name is, hope you had a great weekend. I've reviewed our roadmap and I've seen that we may be behind schedule for the product launch. I know you're new to this industry, but in cases like this, it's quite common practice that the team do some unpaid overtime to make sure we get back on track. Unpaid overtime really shows your character and commitment to the company. It shows that you're a worker who wants to put their all in everything you do. You want to do some unpaid overtime this weekend, right? Kind regards. Probably the boss's name.
I mean,
you're not doing no unpaid?
No, I'm not. You
don't want to get you don't care that your
unpaid? Hell no. No. Yeah. I'm grown. The days of putting in that extra over to put in on the good foot and to look like I'm the hard worker and that I'm the one that you can call on. I'm not. I'm the one you call when you got some money. When you got overtime money, then you call me, okay? But if you don't have no overtime money, don't call me. I'm off. I'm enjoying my weekend. I'm warrioring my couch. I'm Wakanda. That's the warrior I'm doing this weekend. It won't be weekending with you. No.
Yeah, first of all, that was very that was a whole manipulative.
Yeah, they tried it. They tried it.
That was super manipulative. If this is what my thing would be this. If this is what your expectation is as an employer, you need to disclose that in the interview. Let that be known.
It's illegal.
I know.
Yeah.
So you need to let that be known. And if we're late for a project, then it sounds to me that since we're a highly intelligent group of people, we need to change our project deadlines. Because if this is a norm, like he or she says, we need to talk about the fact that how can we keep giving these deadlines that we know we can't meet, and then expecting us to come in on our weekends and evenings unpaid in order to do it. And that's not including the fact that you just said it is highly illegal. Not only is it highly illegal, but it's also very counterproductive to keeping people, which is probably why y'all are hiring in the first place.
You're not meeting your deadlines, right?
Something ain't right.
Yeah, you got a people problem. You need more resources. You need better systems in place, better processes. Something is broken in your process.
Yeah.
Like when I read this, I thought I went through the same thing you just did. Like this is my process is like that is what that's what I do in my job. And I was like, oh hell, you need to get a contractor or two in there. You need a project person to come and break this up. Something is not right because I pulled out the same thing. The consistent, like this is the unwritten policy for us to just keep our heads above water,
which is not good for any business.
No.
There's no way.
And this person even shouldn't be. He should be upset that he has to be the one to. That's not even a people problem that he should probably be fixing. The people above him should be fixing that, but he ain't doing. If he charged overtime the way he would, they get him somebody in there to help.
Oh, absolutely.
If he actually charged for the overtime that is due, they get him some help so they wouldn't have to keep doing that, and people could go back to normal business hours.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, or even just extending the due date. Like if we're behind, then why we need another at least week, month? What do we
more realistic expectation?
You can't keep you're not doing that to people. You're not, and it's not even a healthy organization that does that. Again, you can't say. My thing is always this: as an organization, how dare you demand loyalty from people who you're not ever loyal to?
Make it make sense.
Where in this is there any loyalty to this person by saying the expectation to prove to us that you are worth the paycheck that we give you? That's probably not even commiserate with the level of work that you do.
It's not.
We want you to work more, not work more than what we're paying you. That's not already enough to prove to us that you care about your job and you're committed to this company.
But we don't though.
Like that. But we really don't care about you because if we can't,
and it's laughable that is even the gaslighting that has been happening between employer and employee, no matter what industry it is. It does not matter that I mean that is really the thing that's what we're seeing in right. But that's what we're seeing in this whole employee market right now. It is absolutely an employees market right now. Companies are shifting, rearranging, hiring, creating space, making bandwidth to make it so employees are happy. The sign-on bonuses are bigger than they've ever been. The packages, the benefits packages are larger than they've ever been. Promotions are happening. All kinds of things are happening because people are going home. People are going to work for themselves. People are making, hey, you need a job. I got you. Let me put you in on this. People are making a way without having to barely make it and then still feel bad at the end of the day too. Like I can't be broke and feel bad. Like if I'm gonna be broke, I'm gonna be broke and grinning because I'm doing something that I love to do and it's a process of a grind. You know what I mean? Like I can set myself back a little bit, knowing that there's a come up on the other side of that. But I'm not gonna keep working for you and knowing that this is as good as this gonna get forever, and I'm gonna keep coming in here and doing the dance every day because that's just what we do. It ain't what we do no more. We don't just do that anymore.
Listen,
we don't.
I drove by a McDonald's the other day where they were starting people out at $20 an hour to get people to come, and they somebody, if you do this. This is gonna be terrible for the economy. I'm like, do y'all know how much money McDonald's makes? Over almost $5 billion in profit last year. Giving people $20 an hour is not about to close McDonald's. And if anything,
it's long overdue. All these years they haven't been able to. This is what they knew this was coming. Like they knew at some point this was gonna be.
Which is why they got the machines now in some of them, which is that. So I mean, we knew this, yeah. So it's like, but again, y'all made $4.7 billion in profit, and you mean to tell me that you tripping about giving somebody an extra $10 an hour? That's a livable wage. Yeah. But you want me to prove. What did he say? We prove our commitment to our job, or what did he say? Unpaid overtime shows your character and commitment to the company.
Mm-mm. I don't have either of those for this company yet, especially with these types of emails being sent. Don't you ever?
Listen, let me tell you what I tell people. You be committed to the check.
That is the commitment. They
That's-
committed to you doing the work, and you are committed to getting your check. That is the basis of the agreement. All that
it.
extra stuff is gravy. All of the extra stuff is gravy. They provide a safe space for you to do the work that they have agreed to pay you for.
That's it.
All of that extra is just that extra.
That's it. And because again, at the end of the day, you hurt yourself. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna find them a lawyer to not have to pay you for the fact that you hurt yourself at they company, and they're gonna find somebody else. Actually, they're not gonna find somebody else. They're gonna make somebody else that's already there cover your stuff long enough to recoup the money that they was gonna pay. They should have paid you, and then they will hire somebody else to replace you at the money that they were supposed to pay you in the first place.
Be careful out there, friends. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So again, I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't be committed to our jobs. I'm not suggesting that we should. I think we
There
should.
are some good companies out there.
We should
There
do.
are.
We should. Even if the company's not good, we should do excellent work wherever we are.
Mhm.
But paid overtime or unpaid overtime on the weekends and at nights are not a part of what we should be doing to prove. And if you're in an organization that tries to use that as a way to show how they're going to promote people, that's just an unhealthy place. And don't waste your time trying to prove to them by working unpaid overtime that you're committed and you're a good team player and they should promote you. No, that's that shiggity that you don't need. So
yeah, because that's not what that proves. That's not what that proves.
Let it go. Let it go. All right, what's next? All right, we early. We a little early. We 6 minutes early. Look at that.
Yeah.
Since we didn't get to here, let me do this one more time, y'all. Just in case y'all don't remember, y'all haven't seen the ads. Y'all know we're coming up on Thanksgiving here in a couple of weeks. So what that means is it is time for us to feed families. So we do this every Thanksgiving where we pool our resources as a Scoop Nation, and we look for families in our communities to help feed them. And I mean like real food, like our stovetop stuffing. We did buy somebody stovetop stuffing, but they actually wanted stovetop stuffing. Just throw it out there.
And you can do some things with stovetop and make it decent. There, you can do some things. Don't sleep on stovetop. Just saying.
Listen, on
We're not
Thanksgiving,
gonna shame you. Okay,
I'm not gonna shame you. But on Thanksgiving, I need the crumbled corn. Hey,
the pepperidge and the cornbread. Yeah, the real stuff. Yeah.
Mama, get ready. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Mama.
Woo, yeah. Listen, and don't listen. I'm gonna say this now. If my mother tried to pull what they pulled last year, last year they had a keto Thanksgiving. Where they had
that's not of the Lord. That's not of the Lord at all.
Salmon and some vegetable stuff. It was very healthy, but I don't want it. I need.
It was very healthy, but
I need.
I don't want it.
It was like salmon. That was like eggs, salmon, I want to say some kind of green vegetable. Tasted fine, but it surely was not. I had my mouth ready for ham. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. So if you donate, I digress. No, it had nothing to do with my dad last year. That was my mother was doing keto. She still is, but I told her to take a break for Thanksgiving. Donate to us. Yes. Donate. This is not about me.
I was so concerned. I was about to go right down that rabbit hole with you. You see my face. What is
donate Thanksgiving food drive? So we already do have 2 families at OKC that we have. So we need more. So y'all, if whatever you can do, if you give $1, if you give $10, $50, whatever you can give, do that. Or if you just want to buy the food, you can just buy the food and we will match you with a family that is in need. And again, we're talking like full spread. The same stuff that we eat is the same stuff that we give to these families: turkeys, dressing, the
cranberry sauce,
the
vegetables.
desserts, the vegetables, the greens, all of that. We provide all of that. So we definitely need your help. So you can, if you just want to PayPal us, you can at PayPal us at globaldriverradio@gmail.com. Or again, you could get with myself or Q, and we will take your donation. Again, 100% of your donation minus the PayPal fee goes to the family. So this is not a opportunity for us to make money. This is it all goes to the family. So
yep. And to what Wynn was saying, as far as if you want to just purchase the food and we'll match you with the family. This is because don't be overwhelmed by the thought of us saying that we want to provide a whole spread. We do, but this doesn't mean that just you have to do this. I got 3 besties. This is something that we could all come together and donate $20-$25, and we've got a family fed. You know what I mean? If you have a business, you all can pool in together and say, we're going to feed a family for the scoop and designate somebody to go grocery shopping. Like if you want to do something to be a difference in someone's life and use this particular program to do it, we are happy to connect you with a family that is in need. You do not have to feel overwhelmed if you have it in your heart to give. If you said, when you heard him say you can feed a family, you said you can feed a family, huh? You know what I mean? We can give you some options. We can give you some ideas on how you can feed a family.
Right.
Makes a huge difference.
Yep. I agree, Kenya.
Yes, we are in complete agreement.
Absolutely agree.
So, I love salmon, and I was concerned. I said, what are we doing with salmon? What are we doing with salmon?
I'm sure my mother watching, and she knows how I feel.
Let's not do that with the salmon, Mama. Let's not do that. Not this year.
My sister's moved, so hopefully we ain't gonna have that problem this year. Wendy's in Arizona now, so
okay.
Hopefully we back to normal this year.
Wendy gonna text you now. What was that? So I gotta move.
I said it last year. I was like,
I don't want it.
This is healthy. Amen. What other stuff? Look, I woke up early last year for it too. Like I drove from Michigan to my mother in Illinois for this meal and was like, well, amen.
Well, amen.
I drove home, man.
Didn't even have your to-go ministry on deck because you knew you was gonna be right. You knew you didn't think you needed no more stop.
I had my to-go. I brought them with me. Because I know my mother, she makes for like 15 people and it'd be 5 of us. I'm like, she gonna hook me up.
All that to-go was left there. Nobody wanted it to go.
Right in that house. Y'all go right ahead and finish this salmon on up. It's so disappointing.
Oh, that tickles me. That tickles me so much. I do Christmas at my house and James be over my shoulder. Look, what are you doing? What you put in there? Because I'm probably the healthier eater out of the house. Like, and I'll tell him about different things that I've tried, but like, I know better. You don't do new stuff for the holidays. Like, you don't surprise your family. You don't surprise your Midwestern. The holidays are your show out time family with some new ish for the holidays. So like everyone comes to our house, I put on the whole meal and I know this is the time to shine. This is not the time for shock and awe. Yeah.
This is game time. Come on,
you wow them with that cake being delicious and that stuffing being, that dressing being right. You do not wow them with the, what's in the, what you put in the, mama, I can hear my mother like, you Linda, what did you do with the, what did you, what is this in the? No, baby. You should have told me you was doing this with. I would have made some for the rest of us. Just tell you in a minute. Well, everybody eating that. I would have made some for the rest of us. the rest of us.
Yes, meaning everybody but you.
Everybody else, that's yours now. Everybody else is
Not you, this.
yeah. Don't play at the holidays. That is not the thing. You do that with your in the house family, not your extended family.
And not on Thanksgiving.
Not on Thanksgiving.
Or
You do
Christmas.
not surprise your outside family on the holiday.
No Thanksgiving, no.
Mm-mm.
All right, real quick. Tell us what's going on with EBD.
Elegance by Design is awesome per usual. No, I'm playing. Elegance by Design is offering you all of the style versatility that your natural curly wavy hair has been missing. You have everything at your disposal. I mean, a full line from shampoo, conditioner, leave-in, mousse. Okay, we've got custards, we've got balms, we have creams. If you have a style goal, if you have a natural hair goal, Elegance by Design has something and probably everything that you will need to actually achieve that goal hair. Okay, so check us out, elegancebydesign.com. One of these wonderful products that you see here that gives you, like, both of these faces are just everything, like happiness in abundance. Okay, but this is happening with the Silk and Sassy Curling Mousse that is also available on the website and at the Back to My Roots Marketplace. So you guys go ahead and slide on through there if you are near Del City area and pick that up. Elegance by Design with a Z.com.
I just got a text talking about some. You do know you just said you single on the shop. Like we single like unmarried.
Oh my goodness.
You know she gonna be mad at you. No, she's not.
No, she's not.
She knows what I mean.
She's a grown ass woman.
I'm
She
single, unmarried. It's all on Facebook now. Trust me, everybody knows what I meant. We good.
And thank you, baby. Yes, that edge control is everything. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is good. It's good.
Y'all, I actually did my retwist this time with my edge control. Like, I play around every once in a while. When people ask me what I retwist my hair with, I always just say my products. Like, because it could be anything. Whenever I decide, whatever is close, whatever I want to see what it's going to do. I've tried out just about all of my stylers, but this edge control did the damn thing this time, y'all. Like, my parts are clean, my hair is light and bouncy, and I did not use a whole lot of products at all. And I did this on Saturday, I want to say. So, like, yeah, versatility happens with Elegance by Design.
There we go. Get you some. All right, let's jump back in these topics. What we got? This one is by Candace. Candace asked the question. Where we at? Why? Well, actually, the article asked the question. Are we committed to making Jada Pinkett Smith the villain in her marriage? So the backstory to this is there was an article released last week that said Jada talks about how hard it is to have sex with Will or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, that's what we ran with this was the story. Of course, because nobody actually clicked on the story and read it to know what they're talking about. Every story after that was why does she continue to embarrass him? Why does she continue to say stuff like this about Will? So, of course, then it goes down the line of all of the things that have happened with Jada over the past 2 years. But if you actually read the story and actually watched that particular episode of Red Table, she really didn't embarrass him. So she didn't embarrass him at all, actually. She said the same thing that a lot of people say, which normal. What she actually, for those who didn't, what she actually said was, it's difficult because in marriage, since you do life with this person, I'm paraphrasing, you do life with this person every day, and you talk about everything. When you get into the bedroom, you expect them to read your mind and know what they want, and it's not true. That you have to also communicate your likes, dislikes, things that change for you in the bedroom, just like you do outside of the bedroom. That's all. And she didn't even say it. Actually, it was, or she said part of it, and then Gwyneth Paltrow said the rest of it. So it wasn't like she was the one who was saying this. She was like, she just was a part of the discussion that Gwyneth Paltrow was having. So, yeah. So it's a good question. Why do we do that? I'm going to let you go first, and I'm going to give my opinion.
I think we do this simply because this is a new thing. What Jada and Will are doing is what we have been saying that we needed to do for a very long time. It's just the way in which they're doing it, because they're baby stepping it, is making it hard to just get what we need from it. And I'm gonna say this because I'm not even gonna speak to the whole like she's embarrassing him and all this other stuff, because like in a marriage, she's not having this whole show and he has no idea what she's talking about on this show. Like I don't believe that when we watch Red Table Talk, that's the first time Will Smith finds out what Jada is going to be talking about at their red table. So with that being said, I'm going to say that there's always got to be someone who does it first. There's got to be someone who does it first. And I think Will and Jada, when you really, really look at it, we put them on the pedestal. We let them sneak off and do their thing for a while. They came back as this newly evolved, refreshed, nouveau parent, hippie parent mix of, money and affluence and blackness and all of this. And, we came back and didn't quite know what to do with it. Still don't know what to do with it. And now we have Jada, who has decided to take the forefront in having the conversation about what their marriage has been, what it looks like. And then she's not making it as cute as all of the other things that we have seen from them. It hasn't been as prettily packaged and staged and, hey, look at this pretty black couple, this pretty black family. It shows the differences. It shows the embarrassing parts. It shows, all of the ugly that we've been taught culturally to shut up about. You know what I mean? But how do we get better if we never have these conversations? You can't get people in a room. We've already said we don't like to get in the room and share. We've already said, truth, vulnerability. So, but we will sit every week in front of these screens. We will tune in bright and early, bright and bushy tail. The trailer had us talking. The damn Red Table Talk hadn't even premiered yet. Do we know that? We've been talking about Will and Jada a whole week before the Red Table was even live. We didn't even know what was said. We knew what was said. So if we're going to start to have these conversations, if we're going to get better, if we're going to break the stigma of all of these things, who's going to be the ones to say it? Who? Will there be one? We got two. And maybe a few others from whatever, as the story continues, there's actually a few more. You know what I mean? But I'm not really too mad at it because I don't believe he's being blindsided. I think it is pulling back the layers for all of the ish that has been able to be hidden for us for so long. It's showing us that, yeah, we all kind of do this dumb ish. Like there's room for you too in the stupidity pile. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's not enough money that keeps you away from being embarrassed. There's not enough money that keeps you being away from being hurt. None of that stuff, because she was going through all of those experiences with Will. So like, we can't act like he's the only one out here embarrassed. We're not going to just discredit the things that she's been through. Just because he ain't talking about it don't mean that she ain't been through some things. You know what I'm saying? So like, I can't be mad at the transparency. And if we would not mock them and do what we do so ugly, You know what I mean? When they do share what they share with us, they might actually give us a real vulnerable, transparent situation where they could actually give us the real. But they got to make it so juicy and salacious and do all this extra ish because they know that's what we do. They got to feed the fish. You know what I mean? So, like, if we're not giving them the space to actually have a real conversation with us and really teach us something, we've already decided they ain't got nothing to teach us because they on that weird ish. But we all live in a little weird-ish. Like every last one of us got a little weird-ish in our backyard. So maybe it's not Will and Jada that could be the person that's going to be the one that's going to teach you something. But like the people that could ain't never going to show up if we keep doing what we're doing for the beloved Will and Jada. You know what I mean? Because like we can't play. Like we did not put them up as though they were like the everything. Yeah.
I think that's part of the problem. I think part of the problem was we put them up like they were part of the problem. We presented them as if these normal problems were something that they wouldn't have in their relationship because they have money. Yeah. And so they have money. He has a great job. Like he is, she's an attractive woman. Like they're the epitome of what we say, if you do these things, you won't have problems. And then to still say, shoot. So you mean to tell me I can be one of the top 3 Black actors in the world, make all this money we'll make, and my kids still turn out not to be perfect, and my marriage still not, and my woman still ain't happy, and I'm still can't please her. Maybe I can't please her in the bed, and maybe he still might cheat. So if if Jada can't keep him man, then I know I can't. If Will can't keep somebody happy, then so I think it's a lot of that. I think the other problem is not then. So I think that's from the outside. I think the other problem is that that we talked about this before. That some of the way they have presented some of this has been weird. So some of this is on them too, because specifically with this entanglement foolishness, had they have handled that part and handled it in a way, because I think even in that part, and this is just from what I see.
Yeah.
His part was never talked about. So if he's has done something with whomever before, that part has still not been talked about.
Purely speculation.
Her stuff that comes out, and now all of a sudden it looks like it's just she the one out there looking bogus because the dude because she done been with the sons who was the friend and da. But his stuff has been out there. So I think part of it is now it makes it look like it's only her, and she has been she's been, like you said, what you said, she's been honest about, hey, listen, these are some of the things that I've experienced as a woman, and we still ain't heard bruh stuff like we've heard hers. So I think that's part of the reason too. And I don't know if it's because it's her show, like the Red Table is her show. Whereas it's not, he's a guest when he comes on. So there hasn't been anything up front where he's talked through a lot of his stuff. Now, from what I read, upcoming book, he does do some of that. And then Shanae, like you just said, he did in this interview say that he wasn't in the interview, he said he's not the only one who has stepped out. He didn't give detail. We got a whole video and a whole album and stuff about hers. For him, we get a GQ article. So that's what I mean in terms of her stuff has been a little bit more different and it's been it was initially presented.
As long as he still needs to hold space as a blockbuster or a prominent actor, we will never have that transparency from him. It will be when Will goes solely behind the camera, when he feels he's had enough money to now just finance and fuel his own projects, and he no longer has to fight the box office for this masculine image, and he can just, you know what I mean, where he doesn't have to have the fellas still fighting for him. Because right now, the general consensus of men are more up in arms about Will Smith than Will Smith seems to be. You know what I mean? They are more convicted. They feel
Absolutely.
more personal about all of the things that we have seen than it appears that even Will is. Like, Will will say, "No, I wasn't crying. I look like this because these reasons." And say, "Oh no, that's just what he's saying
That's what
to
he's
us."
saying to make her
You know
look
what I
good.
mean? Like
Yeah,
they don't,
absolutely.
so like there's a thing, and he knows he ain't stupid. You know what I mean? His people ain't stupid. He got a whole team behind him to say, "All right, man, it's gonna play." That's also Jada knows that too. Okay, but if ever he goes to a behind the scenes role where he
Yeah,
can just be him, then I think that is when they would be free enough to have that
he
full conversation. But as
could do
far as
his
that
own.
August thing, he blindsided both of them. I
Oh, I'm
think
sure.
he's the one who came out with that. So
I'm
this whole
sure.
she keep talking like she wasn't talking at all in the first.
Yeah.
This they ended it quite a while ago, and then here he come bringing up old ish. You know what I mean? So now we got to talk about it. So that's why I think that even happened, as weird as it was, because it was all done in damage control. They
Right.
didn't have time to package it all pretty. They just had to get it out there because the people is talking. You making songs and whatnot. Like,
Next
you
time,
gotta
call
say
me. I
something.
can help you with that one. We could have, the peoples could have helped you with that one, but nevertheless, yeah, and that is true. I think at that point, then he can get his own red table or blue
Yep.
table, whatever he want to call it, and
Yep.
say everything he needs to say. But
Mhm.
yeah, and again, I think the reason why we're seeing the defending of him is because, again, Will is the epitome of masculinity.
And
Like,
women still love him. They still feel sorry for him, and they will not show up if he too is now a cheater. And don't let it be with the white girl that they say it's supposed to be with. Because right now, a lot of women will fight you to the ground and be like, he ain't been with that. I'm telling you what the people say. Okay, so and he know that. They know that. He cannot come out with the people that it is accused, it is rumored that him to be out fooling around with. There's a reason for that. And him, his wife, and his people know that.
they ain't stupid.
They not stupid. Nope.
They're not stupid.
Yep.
Stupid. I'm interested. Like, I was looking at the trailer today for his book, or for his YouTube, whatever special, the best shape of my life or whatever. Thing that he's doing in his book that's coming out, and I'm like, and he gets into some more of that. So I'm intrigued to see that.
He wants to. You know, he's like itching for. He wants to so bad. He's He's a feeler. He's a feeler. Will is a big old Care Bear. He is a feeler. He can't wait to tell the people about his life. I really believe that. He just ain't ready. He still got some coin to make.
Yeah. How old is Will? He's 40.
Oh, I don't know.
He's got to be late 40s.
Yeah.
Mid to late 40s. So he got another decade.
Mm-hmm.
We can put him in the Sam Jackson roles then.
Look at Denzel. He's still out here. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he could do the Denzel stuff though. Denzel's got I don't know, like a movie like Fences. I don't know if Will could do that. I mean, it'd be interesting.
Oh, I think Will's a great. I don't think we've even seen the best that he can do yet. I really don't.
I don't know, but Fences, that was tough. Like that. Did you see that?
I still haven't seen Fences.
I say that because Fences, like if you see that, you'll recognize there was literally no effects. Like there were like no effects.
Mm-hmm.
It was that whole movie was made because Viola Davis and Denzel both acted behinds off in the sun, in that little bitty space that they had. So they had to act well. So the drama was up and down and all. And so, I mean, I don't know. If we're going to find out, but if Will can do something like that, if he can tell whatever he wants. Because we just glassed over that whole thing with Denzel a couple weeks ago. So, him and
the thing happened with Denzel.
Him and the lady from Grey's Anatomy. When they said that he basically came at her and was violent or whatever towards her, we was like, yeah, it's Denzel. Grown girl. We ain't about to come out.
I didn't totally get why she was I didn't get it. It was very
it took weird. No traction because it was Denzel. He wasn't coming for Denzel.
Well, no, I can't say that. I would have paid attention if it just made more sense to me. It didn't make it. She seemed like the aggressor to me more than him. So like to me, I was like, girl, what? And like, so I didn't, it wasn't even that it was Denzel. I would have felt like that if it was just at a random stagehand, like in the background, like, girl, what are you tripping on? You know what I mean? Like, calm the hell down. But I might have needed to hear the actual podcast because she said it on her podcast. So maybe I need to hear the full clip because it just felt weird. It landed weird for me the times I heard it talking about it. Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
I say she want folks to be like, oh, yeah, she did, but that's not. Again, you're not gonna do that to Denzel,
right?
Yeah. Not doing that to Denzel. We let you get away with it with what's his name, Isaiah Washington, but not.
Yeah, right, because we didn't know him like that.
We already got issues with Isaiah, but you wasn't coming for Denzel.
You can't get them all. Yeah.
Miss Ellen, we don't care who you're not coming for Denzel. Yeah. So no, man, it's like Jesus, Obama, Denzel.
He's in this area. He rolling around. Yeah.
It's like Obama, Denzel.
Man, they got that swagger. That swagger level is high, and that wins over folks.
Can't do that. So, all right. So this one, I posted this one. If I'm lacking anything, and you love me, teach me. So I think the question I posted on this one was, have you ever been in a relationship where this was normal, where this was, because I feel like we've been doing, kind of like I said earlier, we've been doing a lot of defense. We're on the defense a lot in our relationships, and we're a whole lot of take me as I am. We're a whole lot of this is who I am, and you're not gonna tell me what to do. And so what is it really like to be in a relationship where first of all, you are open enough to be taught, and second, where your partner is patient enough to actually teach you. So I wondered, I asked the question of people like, was this something that you have ever experienced? And we got very few responses, which I expected, but I wonder why. I wonder why this isn't the norm, why this isn't something that we readily admit, just as like we readily like to admit how trash the other gender is.
Yeah.
But in this instance, or again, if that's not something you've ever experienced, like, why not? Why do you think you haven't? Are we not allowing it? Are we picking people who can? Are we not finding these areas that we're lacking in? Do we not give space for the person to teach us? Like, what's going on? Because relationships are supposed to be something that, like, a relationship is supposed to be a exchange. So why? I just wondered.
Yeah, it's a very good question. And it's one that I know I've been thinking about a lot, as far as like why we can't all have trash experiences always, or else we wouldn't keep trying to do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there wouldn't be much effort left for any of us, even in our frustration. Like folks still get back out there and try it again. You know what I mean? Like those are bad moments, but we still come back, and then next week you see them such and such is in a relationship. Okay, well, obviously you weren't as done as you said you were, but okay, it was a moment. But I think it's hard for us to say we didn't win, or when we didn't win in totality, it's hard for us to say, yeah, this didn't work out, but they were actually good at such and such thing. So I think that to answer your question as far as why we might not have had as many responses, because when a thing doesn't end solely positive, or you weren't the person who ended it, and it happened in a way that you were okay with, like now that entire situation was bad. Like in our minds, in our psyche, we forget the good stuff because now your feeling for that person is attached to a bad thing. So yeah, even if it was good, it was fake. It was a front, it was his representative. It was, you know what I mean? She was just fronting until I did da 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 da. She was just out for my da 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 da. And it had, and sometimes that's not that may not be the case, because we spend X amount of time with a person because there's essentially there's a reciprocity that's happening. There is a give and take of good stuff that happens. So, we do develop some level of trust with the person, or else they wouldn't be able to hurt us so bad. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just have strangers can't rock your world the way that the person that you love do. So there's got to have been something good about that person. They must have poured something in that swirled up some good stuff in you, or gave a butterfly or two, or made you look at something different, or else they wouldn't have been able to devastate you the way that they did, or change your perspective on how relationships work or love happens, or you know what I mean? Like, we gotta just that, like, you can't be this mad about it if you didn't care anything about it. If you don't miss something about that. Like, if you weren't upset about, if you didn't care about this thing so much, why are you so conflicted, conflicted in your spirit when it's over? Bye. Like, if I don't want that thing, deuces, you ain't gonna hear me talk about that thing no more. You know what I mean? Like, it was, we good. You know what I mean? But and you don't hear nothing else about it. So, I mean, like, there's got to be some good stuff that's happened. You didn't become awesome all by yourself. You didn't become a great wife, girlfriend, whatever. It didn't bestow on you in the middle of your sleep. You've picked some of that up from somewhere.
Right. And it couldn't have all been from your other guy friends or your other girlfriends.
And your daddy and your brothers and them.
Your mama and all of them.
No.
Yeah. Had to be from somewhere, but where is the question? Yeah, that's why I said I'm interested in. I think one person on the post said that a person taught them to what does it say? Believe who the person says they are when they show you who they are, and I'm like, okay,
that's a negative. Yeah,
right, but yeah, like, okay, that was like, we have to. And I was even thinking about my own experiences, like thinking, realizing how, realizing how I thought I was communicating well, but I really was not communicating well. And so this person being patient enough with me to say, I thought I communicated that. No, you did not. What you said was, I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. And then having to say, listen, I'm trying to communicate this well, so please continue to do what you're doing, and letting me know, because I thought I said 1, 2, 3, and I said this. So let me know. So let's practice that, and then vice versa. Like, I could think of some things that I think that I've helped people with, but
Yep. It's okay, y'all. It's okay.
Absolutely. It's necessary. Like, why would you want to be with somebody you can't do that with? Again, I think that's, going back to that whole miserable thing before. I think this is part of the problem. Like, are we picking people who we don't look for things in? I look for things in the person I am with that I am not good at. Like, I want to be with somebody who's good at what I'm not good at, because
I'll be out here messing up.
And that's why I tell people, I don't need a pastor.
I'm already a pastor. I got that.
I got that on lock. Like, I need you to be able to pray. But, you know what I mean? Because I don't always want to be the only one. I definitely can't be the only one praying, and I need you to pray. So, when I do something crazy, you could talk to the Lord. But I don't need, you know what I mean? I need something different.
Yep.
I need something that, again, something that I don't have, something that covers a weakness of mine. I need that kind of stuff. And I think if we go into it looking for that, then maybe here's a thought too. Maybe we would appreciate our partnerships a little bit better if we recognize that, hey, without this person, I would be losing this, or I would no longer have that. You all right?
Yeah, James is looking for our keys, and I don't know where they were. He said they weren't in my purse, so now I'm like, I don't know where the keys were. He just texts me where are keys. I'm like, in my purse, and he's like, nope. But I'm like, I don't know where the keys are. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, not in my pocket. I'm fresh out. I don't know what to do for it.
Got enough faith. Oh no, bro. So, yeah. So I just think we just have to do. I think, imagine if you realized, if you were in a relationship where you recognize, man, without without James, I would not have X. Like I would not, like I would, or this would be, this part of my life would really suffer
Yeah.
if I didn't have this.
Yeah, I would be way more uptight. He has taught me how to enjoy the moments more. I'm a lot. I can be wound really tight. As much fun as I like to have it, as chill as I am, like, because that's really in my most relaxed and calm, and like when all of my stuff is clicking, like that is me. Like that is the me that you gonna get. That's the me that I prefer. But like when it's go time, baby, when it's go time, you know what I mean? Like I am very mission oriented. I don't have a lot of giggles for you. I don't have a lot of okay, but yeah, this is, I'm very focused like that. And that you have to learn how to put that away to be able to have a good relationship and to be able to focus. So you can be good at that. You know what I mean? So like early on, that is something that he's like zoned in on. Like, hey, you got all of the responsibility for the both of us. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got enough of that for the both of us. I'm good with that, but like chill out. Like that is something that I need to help you with because it affects me and I keep it in my body. And him loving me loved me through that because I needed that. You know what I mean? He knew that me walking around like this and I can't turn around and my body's out because I don't know how to relax. You know what I mean? Like chill out. And that I would not have that if not for him. I wouldn't be able to ask for help. Yep. The way that I'm able to ask for help and say, I'm not going to do that. I do not have the capacity. You know, he will lay me down. You need to rest today. You know, it's an emergency. Today you had an emergency, okay? Like
or you know what? And the cool part about that is if you think about it, he needed some of what you had. You needed some of what he had. And then, but when it comes time for when something happens, I guarantee you, when it's go time, he just like you appreciate him laying you down, making you rest. I bet you he appreciates you. Yo, let's go get it when it's time to go get it. Because it's like, okay, but that's the point. Like that is the point. The point is I'm supposed to give me some of what you got and help me do that. I can help you, like, and we told you, we brought you into the conversation we're having this weekend about me and my boundaries, and me and my terrible boundaries. And like, I'm learning how to have better boundaries, and she's learning how to have looser boundaries. Yep. But when it comes time to have these discussions, I'm like, hey, this is what I'm like. We're able to just kind of bounce off of each other these boundary conversations and end up with us cracking up laughing at how terrible we are at being the other person. So it's just that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
So you're supposed to be able to say, man, this person has impacted my life, and boy, I would be a lot more. I wouldn't have not progressed as much as I have in this area because I wouldn't have experienced this person. Like, and you appreciate them a whole lot better.
Yeah. Because I know that he trusts me to chill when it's time for us to chill, and I can trust him to go when it's time to go. Like we know how important those parts of our personalities are to our lifestyle, to our relationship. So when it's time to shift one way or the other, we now have created a space that can be done. You know what I mean? Where we can now move in a way where it's not like, oh, why is she always going? Like, damn, like he knows once we can get past this point, she gonna be fine and we'll be good to chill, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Okay, maybe it's time for us to do. I lost something.
The light just went out there.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I faded the black on me real quick. But we have that understanding about each other, and we don't stress it. Oh, I think it got too hot. Okay. It's flashing at me. We're going to unplug that for a moment so I don't set my little drawer on fire.
Please don't. please don't.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. No.
But to your point, Shanae, you're correct. Yes. That's where he or she completes me comes from. That's exactly That's exactly what that's supposed to mean. Which again is why we go back to this idea that, again, yes, you're perfectly fine as a if you're like there's nothing wrong with you if you're not married or nothing like that. That's not what that's saying. But it's saying that there are things there are values that are there's a value added benefit to having the right person, the right partner. And again, and we say partnership, we're not just referring to partnerships in romantic relationships, but we're talking about friendships, we're talking about businesses, we're talking about employer relationships. Yep. All of those have to be. That's why you have to be in the right job. That's why you have to work for the right company. Why you got to have the right friends, because all of that is incumbent. Like is tied into that. So just And oh, by the way, you buy my book, Surviving Relationship Storms, I talk about that in this book. And so you can get this still for $20 at the site, the bit.ly.bluestorms. Woo, threw that in there. See, ain't that how we do it? That's how we do it. Throw that right in there. See, that's what
yes.
All right, next one. Let's go ahead.
Brought my light back. Just see. That's what ads do. Turn the light back on.
Oh, this was a good one. Okay, I hope this is the right one.
Oh.
All right, so this is y'all can't see this. Okay.
We're toxic too, ladies. We can be toxic too. Grand Damn Rise.
Y'all should have known that when they started Grand Rising that was a problem. All right, so it says the conversation is she starts it by saying Grand Rising. He says, good morning. Spelled the right way, by the way. Hey, could I ask you something? He says, LOL, depends what I do. She says, LOL, nothing serious, but you FWM. I know what that means now, right? He said, yeah. I don't like asking anybody for anything at all, but I got a light bill for $790 today. That's so bad timing, LOL. So could you pay it for me? I know this might sound like a lot, but usually I got it. But if you don't, that's cool. He laughs and says, you for real? She says, what's funny? He responds, she said, what's funny? I said, if you ain't got it, then that's cool, but I don't see anything funny about my kids might having to sit in the dark. She calls him a lame. He then says, if you ain't trying to apply no pressure, just lose my number. Let's try this again. Grand Rising, good morning. Hey, can I ask you something? LOL. Depends on what I do. LOL. Nothing serious, but you F with me, right? Yeah. I don't like asking anybody for anything at all, but I got a light bill for $790 today, and it's so bad timing. Could you pay it for me? I know this might sound like a lot, but I usually got it. But if you don't, that's okay. Ha ha ha. For real? What's funny? I said, if you ain't got it, then that's cool. But I don't see anything funny about my kids having to sit in the dark. Lame. If you ain't trying to apply no pressure, just lose my number, love. I figured if I really...
Yeah, you didn't put enough sauce the first time. You had to have the flow going. Yeah, I like this. I like the second hack much better than the first. My goodness. Sis. It ain't nothing funny about your baby sitting in the dark. You right. It ain't. But I'm not the person you need to be talking to about that. That's the audacity. Child, please. And I've said on the post, if I find out my daughters are sending these type of texts, I'm beating you know what. I said, if I find out my son is responding to these texts, let me find out you sent a cash app for $7.90. You ain't got nothing on it, bruh. Hang up. Blocked. You are no longer able to send messages. Messages is unavailable. Don't do it. Don't do it. We fighting on site. Like if I find out that anything that walked out of me is participating in this foolery, you bet not. You bet not. Because this is not ever gonna work. This is not ever gonna work. I was raised to not ask a man for no money like that. I have trouble asking my man for money today. Okay, and I know he got it, and he be waiting for me to be like, "You need something?" And I'm good. Like I wish you would. I wish you would fix your lips or your fingertips to dit this across to no man. Don't do that. That's not cute. It's not cute. Pay your bills. Pay your bills. Your man is supposed to supply your extras, your little bitty, your extra things that make you feel, thank you, baby. You know what I mean? But like sustaining your life, and this dude, you had to ask him, do you F with you? You don't ask a man if you still don't know if he messed with you for $790. Okay. First, that should have been your first indicator that you was in the wrong DM. When you had to ask, you F with me, right? And left room for there to be a no, you wrong. You wrong, sis. I cannot co-sign this foolery. I will not. This is not what queens do. Nope. And he can F you without effing with you and still not pay you $790. So I don't even want to hear that whole, well, he can get some. Getting some ain't $790, baby. If you got your lights off for $790, it ain't that good. And I'm just gonna say that. You shouldn't need to be asking a man for the full $790 if it's that good.
Jesus name. Oh God.
She's got enough yeast for what it sounds like. Listen. All of the things she ain't done.
Oh God.
I don't condone this thing.
I'm confused. I feel like he was set up. I feel like she was trying to set him up from the beginning. Because first of all, unless you live in a mansion, how you get a $790 light bill?
You don't pay the previous month's light bills. That's a couple light bills.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like he's being set up. Yeah.
I send her a list of resources. That would be my response. She blocked me after that. I sent her a bunch of links. 211 Catholic Charities, the Salvation Army people, whoever rent assistance, all this stuff. I know people, but
the sad part is there's a part of our culture that says that if he doesn't do this, something is wrong with him. And that part is absolutely wrong. Let me just say that.
Yeah, the part of the culture is on some other stuff.
But yeah, I think that he needs to go ahead and he's on down the road and move on. I just think that, again, I don't have an issue. Yeah, I do have an issue with you asking somebody. Even if you just say, hey, can I some of it? Even still, like, y'all just don't seem like y'all at the point in the relationship where that's even something that y'all need to be discussing. If, like you said, if you're asking, do you mess with me like that? Like, what does that even mean? Do you mess with me? Like, are you serious about me? And so, like, what is that? Are you trying
How
to
many other people you sending this to? Also. Yeah.
I feel like she's the same. She's the person that wrote that other email from that company talking about you got to work overtime to prove your loyalty. That's what that is.
And she's the sister of the dude who took the 21 days off work to test his fiance last week.
Yes, you know what? We figured it out. That's what that is.
They don't fall too far from the tree. Crazy
makes no sense. No, $790. No, that's not a sign of loyalty. $7.90 is not proving loyal. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm not doing that.
How much money a man will spend on you is not an indicator of his care for you. I really want us to start to understand that. There are men who are of a certain means that money literally is nothing. It is nothing but a tool to access all of the other things that they really care about. After you acquire a certain level of money and all of the things that that brings to you, you start seeking other forms of gratification. And a lot of the times it becomes us. Don't know. Broke men value money to the point where I need all of my dimes, all of my fuse, all of my this, all of my that. A man who's not used to having money is mad about $40. Okay. But a man who has money, baby,
and knows he can get more.
and knows that
more
you don't, okay, and are moved easily, distracted by shiny things. That's how you end up in that. You got a bunch of bags and a bunch of BS in them, okay? Because they know that's what they like. So I mean, we got to stop. Now that we have a little change now that we have a little access now that we showing up in these rooms a little bit different, and folks are not as shocked when we show up. Let's stop acting shocked when they show up with a little change, because that it just fuzzies us sometimes. Oh my God, like it's money. Go get you some, and maybe you won't be so shocked by it. Like, damn.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. We used to have a saying that says, "If you want to attract rats, you just gotta put out a little cheese."
Have some cheese. Yep.
And yeah, I think we got to stop. Yeah, we do have to stop being like the shiny thing. We have to have a little bit more. Again, which goes back to our entire thing of, listen, you have to look deeper. You got to look deeper in the person who you choose to be with. Like, value the things that are actually valuable. Don't value the things that you can really money can buy. If money can buy it, then is it really that valuable?
Not really. Not to the degree that we putting on it. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice stuff, but at the end of the day, it is just that. It's
stuff. Yep.
Stuff. So I'm not saying you don't have it, but I'm saying, but
right.
You know what I mean? Don't have stuff. I'm just saying, but don't let stuff be the motivation for, again, I posted something the other day, talked about we're so busy trying to find people who are who have money that we forget to look at who are financially secure, that we forget to look, are they spiritually secure? Are they emotionally stable? Are they spiritually stable? Yeah. Like, we're not thinking about those things because it's just like, can he pay his bills? Can she pay her bills? She want me for my money. He gonna ruin my credit. You got $13. You barely got a savings account that's over the minimum balance to not get a fee. Come on, a monthly fee. You out here.
Yep.
How dare you? So come on. You got $2. You 3 paychecks away from being homeless, and you talking about she wants you for your money. She don't.
You're copper. You must have gold to attract gold diggers.
She wants you for your cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Your Dogecoin.
Ooh, your Dogecoin.
Your Dogecoin. That crypto wallet.
Which I'm not saying don't have any. I'm just merely saying,
get you some of that too. But
let's think. Let's be a little more critical in our thinking. All right, that's it for tonight. What's your final thoughts? We'll do yours next week.
I just had a wildly inappropriate final thought.
Sure, why not? We already being.
No. I'm gonna pass on that.
Are we doing the Clubhouse? We never talked about Clubhouse for tomorrow.
After the day I had.
I'll think about it. I'll figure something.
Yeah, let's discuss in the morning. Let me sleep on it, and then we'll discuss if Clubhouse happens tomorrow. Oh my goodness, we had a good conversation tonight. We really did. I enjoyed the randomness, but the way that we were still able to. We covered some good stuff tonight. I really want us to, like, it's okay to not be okay at all times. Like we say that when, it's cute and something tragic happens and, it's one of those approved times to not be okay. But like, it's okay to just wake up on a Wednesday and be like, y'all, today is not a damn good day. Like, I'm over today. You know what I mean? And let that be okay. And or to say that thing did not end up the way that I wanted it to end up. And I'm going to do better next time. It's okay to say, I'm going to do better next time. It's not always got to be what somebody else did and what they could do better by you, or I hope they do. Like, look at you. What could you do better next time? Like, that's all that you can worry about is your joy. And it's not always your joy as it reflects back from the actions of someone else. When you wake up, what authority do you have over your joy? That's all you can really concern yourself with. If you've already removed said person from your life that was draining of the joy, then why are we still discussing said person that drained of the joy? Let's move on and gain more joy.
Mm-hmm.
Seek more joy.
Let me say this. If y'all don't follow Q on Facebook, y'all should. Her affirmations.
Thank you, bro. I'm trying.
I almost had a whole listen. I said that's a whole. I'm write that down. Use that in my sermon. My next sermon. I was like, wait, stop.
Thank you. Thank you.
I might go on a sermon. Like, I have to give you a shout out for that one. So y'all follow her. She on to something. So that was good. Keep doing them.
Thank you. The affirmations video is on my page, out of what he's referring to. I'm trying something new for myself. I'm doing a self thing. So those are what I've been talking to myself, and I thought I'd talk to y'all on yesterday. So I shared that.
Put them on the Scoop page too, so we can share them to that. That means you actually got to make it public too, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It is public. My page is public. My page is public. Yes.
Listen.
I can't do this and be private. Like those two things don't go together.
Y'all, we done came a long way.
Listen, I like my life to be my life, and I don't like everybody like that. Okay, so and I have to tell people. Wayne will tell you he's laughing because I've come a long way with my boundaries. Okay, with who I let in, who I show up as my, who you get. Because on my page, I feel that's where I get to be me. I don't always have to discuss it. I don't always need your back and forth. I'm not always going to be willing to do what I do in the Scoop group.
What you say? This is not Scoop Q.
This is not Scoop, okay? If you want diplomatic me, go on back to the group. But don't follow me to my personal page and then expect to get the same patience and grace that you get in the Scoop. But yes, because I believe in what we're doing here. And I recognize that for you all to really feel me and to really understand this, you have to be able to access that too. So,
but I said, but I also say, don't not show up as yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna get me. So,
be fully you in both spaces. You don't have, but yes, to your point. I mean, like in the group, we know we have responsibility. So,
right, yes, there's
we have responsibility. But yeah, so that's a struggle. That's definitely always a constant struggle. Even for me, Mr. Let everybody in. It's a struggle. It's just a different kind of struggle. So
because what I'm not gonna do is have 59 different pages, because that's just too much for me to maintain. So you either gonna get Scoop Q or you gonna get Reggie Q. So like, just pick one. If Reggie Q is too much, you don't like her, I'm okay with that. Scoop Q, you can keep it right there, and everybody we stay copacetic. I ain't, we Gucci. My share button works.
The affirmations is dope. So
thank you. I'll be sure to make more, and I'll share.
Absolutely. Yeah, Shanae said made her entire mindset change for the week.
Oh, yes. Good.
I would. I don't know about that, but okay.
Lord bless our inbox. Bless you, Jesus. And may it stay secure and with fortitude from now and forevermore. Henceforth and forevermore.
I have patience. Some days I don't.
Mm.
Some days I'll be like, help me, Lord. Whew. Yeah. And as my plate, as my responsibilities get heavier and heavier, actually really what I'm learning is that my level of access has to get smaller. So I can have greater patience for fewer people. Because I just don't have the capacity anymore to go that deep with that many people.
Yeah. That's real. I feel that.
Yeah. So I think people really don't understand the level of, I mean, I counsel people on a daily basis, and it's only so many sad divorce, hard stories,
Right. That you can deal with and still show up fully.
Yeah, domestic violence and it ain't even so much fully for them, because you could put on for them. Like I could easily put it's for me. It's then when I leave there, I'm an emotional wreck because I done had to carry all of their stuff, and then I come home here and I'm trying to show up, and my kid want to talk, and I'm looking at him like, please, I can't. My woman having a day, and I'm like, I can't do it today. I can't listen to you today because in my mind, I'm still an emotional ball of what a tight ball, because I done had to deal with
de-escalate situations that ain't mine all day. Yep.
Yeah. So, and that ain't even dealing with the business aspect of it. So that's just the pastor stuff. So I ain't, so yeah. So I ain't talked to my mom yesterday. I was like, I didn't talk to my mama, my daddy, and my sister in the same day. I need a nap.
I need a nap. I knew it. I knew you was gonna say that. I need a nap.
I need a nap.
I need a nap. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So, and I love them dearly, but it's just, it's a lot. It is a lot. So, all right, y'all. Absolutely love y'all. And I love my life and wouldn't change it. So once again, y'all, if y'all can help us feed these folks, that would really be beautiful. Again, I don't know why this doesn't want to show up this time. Okay, it keeps not, but anyway, nevertheless, you can PayPal us at globaldriveradio@gmail.com or see me or Q, and we can talk with you about how you can help. Good show. Really good show tonight. I appreciate you as always, Q, and your insight and your wisdom, and I appreciate all of our listeners. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Really good show. Shanae, welcome back. Glad they let you out.
Yeah.
We got clemency for Julius this week, so
pray Sid does the right thing.
Yep,
and don't take forever.
Yep. So y'all have a good rest of your week, and we will be back next week. Maybe we'll do your topic tomorrow for Clubhouse. Maybe we should do that.
Oh yeah. And why we can't just claim it? We need to talk about why we can't just say like, what can we be better at instead of letting people go.
Yeah. Yep.
That was a running trend.
Okay, we can do that. Can't you see the tears in my eyes? 'Cause I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll treat you right. Just give me one more shot. If this is goodbye. Good night, y'all. Good night, everybody. Have a good night. If this is goodbye. I think you want a new love. I think you want a new love. If you could just give it, would you just spend it? And I'm still standing here. Precious, stay with me. And then you try to kiss me. So I try to keep it.